Dodge Jeep Ram. It's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Welcome. Thanks for getting your pod on. Thank you for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Mark the Soldier's here.
Thank you very much.
I caught myself.
That's okay.
All right. I caught myself. Hillman is here. Matt Reese is here. I did it. I just fucked it up, didn't I? I went right away and I did it. I'm so used to saying that. I'm so used to saying that.
Patted yourself on the back and then just spiked it right in his fucking face.
Fucking fumble.
I didn't mean to do that. Matt, how'd you feel about the draft for Dallas?
We're gonna know in 3 years.
I got the text message from after the first night.
Yeah, I wasn't happy after the first night, to be honest.
Ezekiel going back to
Zeke is going back.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a 1 year deal, $2 million, $3 million if it's all incentives. That's okay. He's got some juice in there. They
I think
really
he
bulked
does.
up that line. That line is really going to be good, I think, as long as the tackle works out. I'm a little worried that in the first round you take a guy who's only played football 5 years, bad hand placement, but he's an athletic freak.
Yes. The athletic freak is a big thing. Buffalo did that as well. They took a guy who played on the international plan, so he doesn't really count against their roster. I don't know how that works exactly, but he's the 7th round guy. He's 6'7", 303 pounds.
Never played football?
Played rugby, soccer, boxed, and never played football. But they showed, now you're seeing, 5 seconds of video of him, but he looks like he could be a monster. But I think it really doesn't count for anything for these guys. I think they're telling players in Europe that you can come over and play, learn the game, and if it works out, great. If not, well, you learn the game.
Right. We had a guy that did that. He spent about 5 years on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And they thought for sure he was going to work out. He didn't. Now, Philadelphia has a guard that did
work out.
Militia. I forget how you say his
I wonder
name.
if those guys
he worked out.
Because you would think, look, you watch basketball, Kevin, hockey, right? Hockey's something you start before they can walk in some places. You got kids out there. Football, I almost feel like is a game. If you're an athlete and you understand, you all you need is your position. If you're not the quarterback, just know what you need to do on the plays, and that's it. Yeah. And I think you can pick it up a little bit later than certainly some of these other sports. I don't know.
It's possible. This kid, he didn't play football till his senior year, and somehow he got a scholarship to TCU, then moved on to Oklahoma, and now he's in the pros. So it's pretty impressive. He's played football 5 years. He got drafted, but yeah. How many guys go undrafted and you find them afterwards?
Right. Right. I think that's where who's the running back whose son, Frank Gore Jr. I think Frank Gore Jr. got signed by the Bills as an undrafted free agent.
And I heard today Josh Allen would be the first quarterback ever if he makes one handoff to the kid.
No shit.
Hand off to his father and the kid.
That's
no quarterback's ever done that.
Oh, that's
cool.
That's
that's a nice stat.
Yeah. Now he's got to make the team because obviously Josh won't play in the preseason. Although there's times where Josh does play a quarter, huh?
Yeah.
There's a possibility it could happen.
Okay.
I don't know if it counts in the preseason.
I don't know.
Football guy, in terms of Roger Goodell, goes on Pat McAfee's show and says, not a fan of the preseason. I'd like to see one more regular season game, high-quality game. So it was 18 games and 2 preseason games. I was so dumb, I thought that meant 18 games and 2 bye weeks.
No.
I thought it was 2 bye weeks.
I thought that was the plan if
That's
they put it in.
They did talk about it once.
But that's not what he meant. He meant 2 preseason
2 preseason
games.
instead of
I took it as
3
2
now.
bye.
I think it would be 2 buys if they got to. He wants to get to 20.
Right.
He wants to get to 20.
He wants to
He
get
wants
to
to get
20.
the President's Day weekend.
Yeah.
So
So
I think this is before President's Day. This is his goal is to get to 20 regular season games.
Oh, that's never.
And that would be 2.
I
That would
can't
have to be 2 buys.
Yeah.
You would kill these.
But I
guys.
could even see 18 with 2 buys. I just don't know how you
18
make
with 2
the
buys would
schedule.
work.
I don't
It
know
would work.
how you make that schedule, though.
They'll figure it out.
But they're going to end up making it many more. There'll be more international games now. They're exploring Australia. There'll be a game in
Well,
China.
how long?
There'll
Well,
be a
now
game in
Australia seems
Sweden.
like. Well, you got to give those teams a bye coming back.
Well, you
Oh,
should
absolutely.
give all those guys a bye, except for when they go to Mexico or Canada. The rest of them should get a bye. These guys are traveling 14 hours.
Well,
The
yeah,
Bills
I don't know what
chose
Brazil
not
is.
to take the bye this
They
year
do
after
have a
coming
choice,
back.
and it kicked them in the ass.
Yeah, but that's only a 5-hour trip versus Australia to me. I mean,
Oh, it's Australia.
How
It's
far is
Australia.
That's like a 20-something hour
Yeah,
trip.
I have a friend that lives down there.
How?
How do I have a friend that lives down there?
Yes, that I'm
she
curious.
grew up and she married.
Oh, an
she
Aussie?
married- yeah.
Oh, okay.
That did the same
All right.
thing.
Well, you know what? There was a girl who was an intern at the radio station. Do you know Matt may know the Fox family? They own a bunch of real estate and property and restaurant. They actually own DeBellas.
Okay, gotcha.
They own all the DeBellas. And she was an intern at the radio station, and then eventually, I think, became head marketing for a cosmetic company and was the head of their Australian division for a number of years. She lives back here in the States now, but lived down there for a couple of years. I don't know. It would be interesting to see if it would work. I feel like that's
the
a lot.
flight's gonna be a lot more comfortable for an NFL team versus you and me going.
You
to
got to
Australia.
be private jet. You got to
you got to
send them on private jet, don't you? They're not taking.
Still, you're going to see Mexico and Canada before you see somewhere that far. Mexico and Canada is very simple.
Yeah.
I think they're doing.
Well,
a Mexico
Mexico,
game
they've
in
done
2
it.
years. Yeah.
Brazil, they're
And
doing
Canada,
this year.
They've done it in Toronto.
Is it Brazil this year?
I think it's Brazil. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the first game with Philadelphia and Green Bay.
All right, so 18-2 with the possibility of the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend.
Great idea.
Yeah,
Love it.
I do love that
Love
too.
it.
How great would that be for the bar business?
Love it. It would probably help. That's
Yeah.
a big party day for house parties, but
Yeah.
just the fact that it's so bad on a Monday, the day after Super Bowl is probably our slowest day of the year.
Really?
It's bad.
How was the draft?
Draft was really good.
Was
Yeah.
good. I'm really
Packed.
glad. I'm
Yeah.
really glad.
Yeah,
I think that's
it's always
awesome.
a big night. You never
Yeah.
know. You go
You
and
don't
thinking,
know.
we'll see what happens.
Well, here's the
All
thing.
of a
If
sudden.
Bills fans, like I did go when I was closer to home, but I stayed when they traded, and then I stayed when they traded again. So that was the entire first round.
Right.
So that's
Yeah, it was 11:30. So you're talking,
so you guys should
11:30,
thank
it's a late
Brandon
night.
Bean for that.
Actually, most of the Bills fans are left after they traded out of the first one. They're
Yeah,
like, we're
yeah.
not waiting any longer.
Yeah. Well, it gets late. It's like it's kind of it's a school night. Mark knows what those school nights are like.
I watched the whole thing.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you the whole first round or did
The
you
whole
watch?
first round.
Yeah. I watched the whole first round too. I didn't really pay attention much after that. I wanted to see who they picked for, and the kid looks like Keon looks like he's got a big personality.
Oh, he does. He was great in his
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was waiting for Bean to do something huge, which he did.
Yeah.
We didn't realize what he was doing. He got some freaking good picks there. He did pretty good. Getting.
Yeah, I thought he
think
did.
so.
I thought he did pretty well too. Look, who knows? I mean, as Matt said, you don't know for 3 years.
Yeah.
And how many years ago was everybody going on? Danny was losing his mind about, everybody picks and never gets it right, and then don't stand up 3 years later and go, well, I had that wrong.
Right.
And I'm like, but that's half the fun of it, And it's nice when you can turn around and go, you didn't see Josh Allen coming.
Yeah, but some of the position players, you can usually tell after the first season whether or not they're going to be, they're going to grow or not. Like a wide receiver, you can pretty much tell either he's going to catch the ball or he's not.
Yeah.
Quarterback, you can tell if he's going to make that step or not. Running backs, I mean, your linemen and stuff like that, those are your 3-year weights.
All right, so there's another kid.
Love him.
Yeah, that whole story. You know the story about him being homeless?
Yeah.
That's a wild story.
Yeah. He's a hell of a player, too.
And then he went to Trinity Pauling, which is
It's a private school.
private school, but it's a boarding school down.
Just read that article last week.
Yeah, not far from where I grew up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this kid is. And he went on a basketball scholarship and
Right.
ended up playing football and goes, I think, 3 1,000-yard seasons at
he's
3
a
different
beast.
schools,
Yeah.
Temple, Vanderbilt, and then Kentucky.
Yeah.
So,
That's a great pick by Bean because he kind of flew under the radar on a lot of people.
yeah, flew under the radar and has that. I mean, this kid never wants to be homeless again. You know what I'm saying?
You guys got running backs, and at least you took one. We don't have one. We just signed Zeke.
Well, yeah.
Well, see, I'm interested to see how Keon gets in the NFL. Like, his route running is really bad. So hopefully the coaches will coach him up on that. That's the only thing that's holding him back. He's fast, even though his 40 was a little low.
Yeah.
His hands
are
are
good.
unbelievable. If you
Yes.
saw that catch even against Syracuse.
Yes.
Unbelievable hands. The kid can go up and get the ball. He's just a sloppy route runner, which somebody like Josh Allen, who's very precise, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's going to be Josh's fault because he's throwing all these interceptions. Really, when a guy's running a route 2 yards off, it can screw everything up.
Well, we saw that with Gabe
New
Davis.
Gabe Davis.
We
All
saw
right,
the
we
Gabe
drafted
Davis.
new
That's-
Gabe.
That's what they're
Greg.
saying.
Yeah, but this kid could. I mean, let's say he
Listen,
cracks
if he
down.
comes in and wants to work.
Yes.
He can work. My buddy's a huge Florida State fan and loves the kid. Thinks he's going to be unbelievable. And he hates the Bills, so he's really mad, but he loves the guy.
What about the who's the kid with the fastest 40 time in the combine
I'm not
ever?
a big fan of him. That's who the Chiefs.
Xavier. Well,
Yeah.
so a lot of people were upset that the Bills traded that pick to Kansas City. And I think he may fit their offense, but I hear his hands aren't as good as this kid's hands.
They're not. And his teammate in Texas, the other wide receiver, was better. This kid wasn't even on the radar until he ran that 40.
Okay.
He didn't have a bad year, don't get me wrong. He had, a good quarterback throwing to him, good offensive line. But the other wide receiver was a better receiver in college. But he hit that 40, and, everybody started talking about him. Now, you put him in Kansas City, and he can run with the ball after the catch. That's
if he can, but, this is,
They were saying they probably took him more because of the new kickoff rules.
Yeah.
Where he's going to be excelling that because he's got that speed.
Man, he's 160 pounds.
That's the thing, Matt. I thought the safety is a waif
light.
model.
Yeah.
He's like, anytime I've seen, at least I haven't paid attention in the NFL as much. They seem to be able to put weight on guys. The NBA never can.
No.
Like these guys who come in and they got them eating McDonald's. They got them doing everything. These guys can't put on a freaking pound for anything.
I get Michael Phelps in there to teach him because he's the one that eats.
Well,
he eats what burns it off.
Right, he eats like crazy, ridiculous.
Yeah,
like McDonald's.
How hard would that be?
Burger King
all of a sudden,
lunch.
then you stop that sport. Now what the fuck? You know what I mean? You're so used to eating that.
Yeah, but you don't want to put that kind of weight on either. That's not the weight you athletes want to put on.
No.
That fast food crap is not what you want. You need strength. You need to be in the gym 6-7 hours a day. Which these guys got nothing else to do. That's their job. Get in the gym.
And you're making millions of dollars.
Get yourself a trainer.
That's it.
You don't even have to. The team has great trainers.
Speaking of gyms, I was late getting to boxing today because here it is. It was sunny most of the afternoon. Big car accident, and I'm starting to think because we played all the Sandra Dorley stuff, and the guy says to her, she goes, "I was on the phone. I didn't hear your sirens," and he says, "You're not supposed to be." She said, "Well, I was hands-free." And you can be hands-free. But I swear to God, nobody is hands-free because somebody plowed right into the back of someone else. And so traffic is like at a standstill. And I go, there's only one thing. It's the phone. Then I'm looking around, right? Because I'm getting on and merging onto 490 during all this, chaos. And I'm watching people stop and go, stop. Looking at their phone, and all of a sudden, at the last second, hit somebody, right?
Yeah, I see it all the time.
I swear to God, it's the phone that's gonna fuck that shit
I
up.
do a lot of driving for the restaurant, and man, the things you see out there.
Yeah. Do you have a truck? So you're a little higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fun.
But even,
thank God.
Even with the phones, though, still you've got a lot of these cars. The one you're driving has that gigantic touchscreen in there.
Yeah.
And you may not be hands on the phone changing music or doing this or that, but you're touching the screen and doing this and that. I mean, that's just as bad.
It is. I would have to say it is. Yeah.
And they're getting bigger.
And they are.
Yeah.
I mean, the screen.
It's like a laptop. In
the
some
screen
cars
I
now.
had in one of the trucks, the Rams, was like an iPad.
Yeah.
Sitting there in the middle of the thing. But I didn't find it distracting, and I didn't find myself doing it because I could change everything from the steering wheel. I had set it up so you could even scroll Sirius through. I don't know, that stuff. And the other fun thing I saw today is this is home improvement time of year. So some guy is driving back from Home Depot. He's got probably 4 or 5 sheets of drywall, sheetrock, on his roof of a sedan. Not in the...
Yes.
Does not one come flying off?
Sure it does.
Smash on the road. And I go, dude, this is why you just rent their pickup truck.
Right.
$20 an hour. Rent. I don't know what it is.
Have them deliver it. Jesus
Or have him
Christ.
deliver it. But this guy, I mean, he's over now. He's over to the side. Everybody's, it was a mess.
That, and he's just lost the money on one sheet of drywall. What it costs you your delivery costs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And
this
hell,
is
just buy everything at once. They'll deliver it for free. I had so much stuff delivered from Home Depot when I did my house. And
Yeah.
it didn't cost me a cent. Some of it was a headache, though. I'm not going to lie. They screw up a lot of deliveries, but they made it right on it. They did make it right on it.
You ain't kidding.
No, it's so funny. It's like the big joke. Like you go into one of these stores where you used to go into a hardware store. It was like family owned. They knew where everything was.
Yeah.
They could explain it to you. They could tell you the tools. They would tell you what you need, how to make the job easier, little shortcuts. Hey, if you're doing this, look for this if you can. You go into these places, you need to find an employee to find the employee that has the answer.
Home Depot has kids that are 15, 16 in there trying. I'm looking for something plumbing wise.
Yeah.
This kid's got no clue. He can barely flush the fucking toilet.
No.
When I go in there, I get anxiety. I don't know where anything is.
Hang on a second. No, I'm going to be a dick.
Yeah, you're always a dick.
No, I am. But
Yeah.
I go, what? Do you do things around your house?
No, I am. No.
So why would you go into Home Depot?
Marianne makes him go.
Well, sometimes I would go when
Oh, for the
things around
restaurant
her
stuff.
house.
Yeah. You're right. And you get anxiety because you don't know where anything
I don't
is.
know where anything is. I don't know how to use anything.
No.
You know, stuff like that.
Did you ever do any power tool work or anything?
No.
Why not?
Why would I?
It never interested you.
No.
No.
Have you?
Yeah. I did.
His dad made him.
Well, my dad built the house I grew up in.
Oh, okay.
So there was always stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then I did construction for more in high school than I did in college, but I did do some. I had the job of sweeping off the roof of a 2-story condo to get all the sawdust off at 15 before the guys came up and would lay down the tar paper because you didn't want any sawdust up there or anything. And they would slip. And I'm going, man, if OSHA ever fucking knew that you had a 15-year-old kid.
As long as you don't fall, they're okay.
I never fell. I would.
Completely. I remember give you a leaf blower or something, make it easy.
No, it was a broom. It was a broom.
I don't know. I think he's better off with a broom up there.
Yeah. The leaf blower, God,
joke on the
catch the
roof.
wrong angle. Who knows what
Yes.
could happen? Or trip over the cord if it's a cord with battery operated, maybe.
Plus,
I
he
don't
was
know.
15. There really wasn't too many leaf blowers out there.
No, there were not. There were not at that time. Not at all. So, Mark,
Yes.
Sandra Dorley,
Yes.
what do you think?
Ah, boy. I think that I think she could handle it totally differently.
God, yeah.
I mean, she knew
It was a bad look. I have to admit.
It was, and she could have. All she had to do was pull over, and she would have said, "Hey, I'm friends with the chief. Can you give him a call?" They would have gave him a call. Go on your own way. That's all that would have happened.
Yeah.
Instead, that's why I think she was drinking.
Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of the drinking one only because it was a Monday at 5:30. Doesn't mean anything.
Oh, nobody drinks Monday at
Does it-
5:30, Bill.
You should have saw me and Mark a few years ago.
No shit.
5:30. How about
5:30?
3:30?
But I would think
1:30.
I was thinking that I knew she has mentioned because I watched the full 20 whatever minutes laying on my couch on YouTube, and then she does mention in there handling the homicides over the weekend, and then she does say she issued an apology today.
I know, but it was a fake bullshit apology, though. That was
What
probably
are you talking about?
It was a bullshit.
I think it sounded pretty sincere.
No.
No?
No.
Listen.
Last Monday, I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to. And for that, I am so sorry.
It sounds like she's sorry to me.
It sounds like Josh Allen when he was talking about Diggs. I mean,
Last Monday, I failed you
Sorry, I'm the DA. I was going 55 coming home from work.
and the standards that I hold myself to.
I don't really care.
And for that, I am so sorry.
This is ridiculous. Just go away.
What I did was wrong, no excuses. I take full responsibility for my actions.
Oh my God.
I fell
The oh my
short of the
God was my
values I've
favorite.
held for
My
my
favorite
entire
was the fuck
33-year
off.
career. I didn't treat this officer with the respect that he deserved.
I understand the law better than you.
All police officers deserve respect.
Get out of my fucking house.
I will make this
smart.
right. I ask for your forgiveness.
Get out of my fucking house.
wow, someone who works.
I
those
gotta
cops-
tell you,
those
man.
cops get shit on all the time, and
I
then you
know.
get someone like her who that was the worst thing that she could have done.
The one that kind of cut through for me was Anthony Mazurkowicz's wife, his widow. He was, and she said, "It's a half hour. It's a bad day." She goes, "She was great when my family was going through."
Well, there's no doubt she's good at her job.
No,
So
but
it's
she was
true.
very supportive and stuff and all this. I don't know.
But like the comments were on the Facebook when you had it yesterday. A lot of people were saying, if that was me or Mark or Matt,
yeah.
not complying like that,
would've been
we would have ended up
guns
with cuffs.
I think so too, but
She went in the house
yeah, I
and
know
came back
she
out.
did.
If I walked into a house and came
Take a
back,
tank. She had to go make a squirt squirt
Yeah.
and then come back.
there would have been a
sounds
gun
like
pointed at
drinking.
me when I came out. I
I-
promise you.
I have a funny feeling that part is true.
Very
Because
much
if you went into your house, I think that, yeah, man, that is erratic behavior because I've seen her, I've interacted with her, never saw that.
she was drinking.
You think so?
Oh,
God,
absolutely.
Just by the way she's talking,
I can't tell.
as somebody who sees this on a daily basis,
Yeah.
she had been drinking.
Just going
really?
just digging into her car to
Well, I
pull
don't
out
know
her
why,
badge.
Matt. That never even entered my mind because it was,
she keeps her distance as well.
yeah, yeah.
She's outside her car, so now she can keep her distance. He can't really smell it.
Yeah, and she's, by the way, in the garage, and he didn't want to enter there. He wanted, because I don't believe they can enter the premise without a warrant.
He was in the garage at one point.
Well, they all went into the garage and it was open, but he was trying to get her out. At least the officer before.
Well, he doesn't want to be inside that garage, officer, too.
No. Yeah.
Listen, the body cam worked on this one. This body cam worked out.
Yeah.
And she knows what does and what doesn't hold up in court.
I will tell you this. Somebody then sent me, and I'll just do it because she had done this. She went to Quatella Center for plastic surgery, and she looked good.
Yeah.
That plastic surgery looked
exactly
good.
what Natalie said.
I went, wow, man, a lot of women wish they looked that good on a body cam.
Right.
You know, yeah, I said yesterday, we see ourselves on those shitty checkout cameras and we all go, what the fuck? I look like that?
That's what I think when I look at the podcast. Whoa. Can you back the camera up, please?
No. But I thought she looked really good. And then somebody sent me her before and after. She did a pose for them.
Yeah,
and
it's on their website.
It's freaking night and day.
Yeah.
You know, and she looks great. Yeah. She's a hot mess.
She made
though.
the national news tonight.
Yeah, it was national.
Oh, she did?
Oh, yeah.
Well, now
true.
our boy from GSL News might have been the ones who tipped off TMZ. We'll talk to him, and we're going to ask him about the crash. Because remember we examined that crash video?
Yeah.
And I said to him, we're asking about the crash. He goes, all right, I might be able to talk about it. So I don't know if he will or will not. But I do want to play this because does anybody remember the name Leticia Estacio?
Yep.
The judge?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. She was the judge who was drunk. I think she was driving on 3 wheels or whatever. She took a shot on Instagram. What?
She shouldn't be taking any shots. Well, she takes a lot of shots, all right. But I can't say where.
All right, but listen to this. This is her pretending to be Sandra Dorley on Instagram.
Hey guys, it's your DA who's not your DA. And apparently you guys are really having a bunch of little spasms right now. Can you tell him to leave me the fuck alone? Apparently not this.
She's got a wig on, the whole thing.
Okay, whatever. So
you can go see it for yourself. But I was surprised because you're somebody who, I mean, that was bad. You were driving and just when you weren't supposed to be drinking, I think at times, just blatantly out in the face, like
She got caught like 3 times.
giving the middle finger.
She used to come into bats at Billy's.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How was she?
She was very nice. She was a very, very nice.
She's a very nice person.
Yeah, I've heard that about her.
Yeah.
I have heard that she's been very nice.
Most drunks are.
Not all.
You were pretty nice the other night. Handicap.
He's one of the meanest drunks
Actually,
ever.
I actually had a nice 10-minute conversation with her about 3 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and she's smart. When I've talked
She is
to
very
her,
smart. She's a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She just, that was, again, I don't know if you chalk that up to a bad day.
They all make mistakes, right? She just kept making them.
She kept making them. There was somebody else that I did see Friday night, and I talked about this a little bit last night on the podcast, and I won't say, you guys will know who I'm talking about, though. But this person was driving on 3 wheels, one tire and 3 wheels out in your neck of the woods. And I saw this person, and I said to him, I go, man, you are one hell of a driver. If you can hold that, I don't care.
Oh,
yeah, I did. I said it right.
I know what you're talking about.
I knew you would.
Bad boys.
Yes. And I mean, always a good guy.
Yeah.
Always a good guy.
always
I
a good
never
guy.
had a problem. Yeah. Did you write it down? Did you write it down, Mark?
We've
Because he's probably. Oh, you don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll tell you. We'll take a. We'll take a moment. We'll take a moment and we'll check in with GSL News Jeffrey and find out. He's the one. I want to know how much money he gets from TMZ and others. Did you catch it? He still doesn't know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Great guy, by the way.
I agree.
Great guy.
I agree. Always cool.
and we've all made that mistake. I don't care who you are.
I would have done the same thing. If I would have done the same, would have called my butt. I would have, he didn't do anything that nobody else would have done.
No, but I don't know anybody else could have handled it as well.
I know.
And that's a driver.
Sparks going everywhere.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's some fucking driving right there. BTB Woodfire Pizza and Grill in the mall at Grease Ridge. I'm telling you, tomorrow or today, actually, as you're listening to this, it's the 30th. It's the last day of the month. If you're looking for a place for lunch, go to BTB and get the Smash Burger.
Yep.
Because it's double smash. It is, I'm telling you, the best burger I've ever had. And I love it because it's got the grilled jalapenos, onion straws, the hot honey, pepper jack cheese, bacon jalapeno cream cheese served with fries. I love the chips over there. Those are always a favorite of mine. But you can get in there. What did you get, Kevin?
I got the salad.
Oh, you get the Spring's Coming salad?
Yeah, the hurry up and get here spring.
Hurry up and get here spring. Now, May starts, and look, Saturday's a pretty big day.
Yeah, sure is.
Right? Kentucky Derby.
Oh,
yeah, Kentucky Derby. So, and you got 50 TVs. Not a bad seat in the house at BTB. And I'm pretty sure there's a Kentucky Derby drink, is there not? The BTB Gimlet.
And you do know what this Saturday is.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, man.
And then you know what Sunday is.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo.
It's a big weekend.
It's a very big weekend.
So you have the 4th, a bunch of idiots walking around looking like Yoda. And then the 5th, you have
Does something happen? No. I'm not a big fan of that. No, but I did see, the Kentucky Derby Mule.
Yep.
That's a special this month for the month of May. And, of course, the Don. Sounds amazing.
The drink?
No.
The
handheld. Loaded with ham, pepperoni, salami, banana peppers, house-made Italian mayo, provolone on a toasted Giuseppe's fresh hoagie roll served with fries. That sounds amazing.
Put it down Monday, too.
Could be good.
Wait, whose invention is that?
Steph's.
We're
going to edit this commercial later.
Why?
Because I think you got the wrong specials. I may have attached the wrong ones for you.
Oh, okay.
It says May. Totally my fault, though.
It says May.
It might have been last year's.
Oh, okay.
I know. I was going to say I had that.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
I mean, I can make it for you.
No. That's okay.
Maybe I attached May of 2023 instead of 24.
Oh.
That would be totally my fault.
I'll say
By the
this.
way, it was the best-selling sandwich that month by far. It wasn't even close.
Sounds amazing.
It was so good. It was humongous.
Yes. So maybe it'll make an appearance again.
It
Either
will
way,
make an appearance again.
You're never going to
Probably
go
June.
wrong at BTB. And if you're looking for a place to have fun for the Kentucky Derby, 50 TVs, and go back for Cinco de Mayo.
And the Don will make an appearance at some point.
We will take a moment, but first.